Okay, here we're in the whale room, and I want to talk a little bit about the gray whale migration. So the gray whales right now are down in Mexico. They mated and gave birth to their calves there. They'll be starting to move up here in about a week or two. And we'll see them going past the Oregon coast. This is the Oregon coast. And then up here we have Alaska. That's a 10 to 12,000 mile round trip. All they do down here in Mexico is they give birth to their calves. What they do in Alaska is they eat non-stop. We have about 200 of them that decide, I'm not going to do the 12,000 mile round trip, and they go from Baja here and back. And those are the summer residents we just learned about. Well, that's kind of cool. But I like to target just a few things also about the Arctic. So we learned about the gray whales, we learned they eat the mysid shrimp. Now let's look at a few other neat things in the Arctic. So when the gray whales are up in the Arctic here, they are also going to be seeing a couple of other really cool critters. One of them is the narwhal, and this is the tusk of a narwhal. And I'll have the thing up. So this tusk is the top left tooth. The top left tooth comes out, and then it spirals counterclockwise, and I use this for jousting. The males actually joust with it. And let me show you. There's a narwhal. Females do not have the tusk. Only the males do. And you can see in the bottom left there, they're jousting. So when the gray whales are up in Alaska, they probably see them.
And some of them have two tusks.
Some of them have two. Some are double tusked.
But just the males.
Just the males. 3% of females. But a lot of the males. Now here is a piece of baleen from a bowhead whale. Here's a bowhead whale. And the bowhead whales are 50 to 60 feet long. They have the longest baleen, and they feed with these fine hairs. They feed on these little tiny copepods. And these copepods,
That's how I learned that. And now I'm starting to learn.
they get trapped
You betcha.
in here. And these are bigger than normal. Copepods are very tiny. But they're going to get trapped in here, and that's what they eat. And this is only 7 feet long, but this can grow up to be 10 or 12 or more feet long.
Whoa.
And this is the bowhead again right here. And this is the tail fluke. The tail fluke is 20 feet wide. This is
For the bullhead?
For the bowhead whale.
Uh-huh.
And this is a humpback at 12, a gray at 10, and orc at 9.
Oh.
And a local artist, Justin Sparks, has done all of my, all of these beautiful.
Is that Adriana Sparks' dad?
Yep. He's done an incredible job.
And he owns a shop down the way too, doesn't he?
He sure does.
All right.
And then here we see the Roar Borealis being depicted. And if you notice, there's different colors. You'll notice there's the purple, and there's the yellow, and the green, and the red. And I want to talk to you about what causes that here in just a second. So hold that in a second.
That's really clever.
But again, I'm going to cover this window, and you're going to see this.
Oh, that's cool.
And so you'll notice that there's red, and red is caused by photons actually from the solar wind hitting the electrons of oxygen high in the atmosphere. And they boost the electrons to a higher energy level, and as they fall back down, they give off light. And that's what causes the red, high in the atmosphere. And then the greens and the yellows, that's mid-atmosphere. And that's caused from, again, mostly oxygen, also some nitrogen with electrons being boosted up. And as they fall back down, giving off those colors. And then blues and purples is nitrogen, low in the atmosphere, boosting up.
Okay, cool.
Isn't that cool though? Yeah, Justin, your dad did such a great job.
Good job, yeah.
So.